Hey guys, so I wanted to do my book review today on the book that I recently finished called Duende by Jason Watson, and it's a journey into the heart of flamenco. I just wanted to talk a little bit about that and give you a review on it. I did attempt to read 3 other books this month. I did not like them, and I'm a firm believer if I'm not enjoying a book, then I just don't finish it. So those 3 books I will not be doing a review on. I posted some quotes of those books on my Tumblr page, so if you wanted to go check them out. Some of, especially from the book The Myth of You and Me by Leah Stewart. I put some of the quotes on there because I really liked how she wrote, but I wasn't in love with the plot and I wasn't in love with the characters. The book kind of reminded me a little bit of Catcher in the Rye, just the way the story was going. You know, every time a new character entered the scene, she had some sort of background story for them, and it just lagged on, and so I just didn't want to finish it. And the other 2 books were Please, fiction inspired by the Smiths, and the other one was In Balanchine's Company by Barbara Milbridge Fisher. So I did not finish those this month. I'm currently reading Peony in Love by Lisa C., and I'm enjoying that, so hopefully I'll be able to do a review probably at the beginning of next month, because I did haul a lot of books from the October book. Further ado, I'll start on Duende. This is the book, Duende, and as you can see there's a flamenco dancer in the beginning, in the cover, and that's pretty much what first attracted me to it. Let's talk about the plot. So this is in the genre of memoirs, so Jason Webster is our character, and it's about his life from graduating Oxford in England and breaking up with his Florentine girlfriend and deciding from there to move to Spain, because he had nothing left to lose. And in moving to Spain, he wants to pick up the flamenco, the Spanish guitar, and learn to play flamenco songs. He meets up with this guy Juan in a small town that really doesn't have very much local flamenco, so he doesn't get very much exposed to flamenco in the first half of the story, or first third of the story. So he learns some guitar there, ends up getting into an affair with a woman who is actually married to his boss because he's working part-time at a school teaching English. So one night when he believes that they're going to be found out, he flees to Madrid, running for his life because he believes that her husband will find out. And in Madrid, he tries to groups of gypsies and finally finds one, and he joins up with them, only to find out at the end that they were using him for his blonde hair and blue eyes for tourist value. So he was disillusioned in that way, and I found at the same time that he was, so excited about joining to become a gypsy, and he's finding out all these things, that they're really not, these beautiful, passionate, free people, that they're really these drug lords and these criminals and doing petty thievery and all these types of things. I found that I was disillusioned as well, because that's kind of what you think of when you think of gypsies in Spain, romance and adventure and freedom, and that's not the case. So I found that interesting. And then after he gets kicked out of the group, he moves to the coast, and there he reflects on the couple years that have passed, learning flamenco and learning about the different types of flamenco songs and the guitar, and he ends up playing guitar at a local flamenco school. So that's pretty much the story. Now let's talk about what first attracted me to the book. Well, in my personal history, I have actually at one point taken flamenco. My sister and I, when we were very young, went to a Spanish dance studio where we learned flamenco as well as some other Spanish dances, and I was attracted to the beauty and the passion and the music and the feel of the dance, and you're grounded, and it's not like ballet where you're jumping around and floating on stage. It's more grounded and earthy and very passionate. So I was very attracted to it that way. And that's originally what attracted me to this book, because I thought it would be more about dancing. He would explain, and he did a little bit, but it turned out not to be what I thought it was. I was pleasantly surprised, though, at the way he wrote about Spain and its beauty and its culture and the people, and how they're so passionate, and how sometimes as a foreigner this passion can be so exhausting with, the bullfights in flamenco, and there's just, a constant, high energy. I have to say, in my first, attempts to read the book, I thought I would be learning more about flamenco, and I came away feeling like I knew even less, even though he talked about flamenco. It's not one of those topics where you feel, where you read a little bit on it and you're like, okay, I know exactly what it is. It's like you have to dive deep, and this kind of just skimmed the surface. Even for him, it skimmed the surface, because you didn't really get, the origins of flamenco, or, the history. I mean, he put a little bit in there, but even some of that stuff, they're not sure who came up with the dance originally. It's an ancient art form, so there's different disputes over, or the Arabs or the Spaniards that came up with it, because Spain is such, is right near the Middle East, that they have ties with the Middle Eastern people. So that was, I found interesting, but reading it to learn about flamenco was only slightly helpful. And I found that flamenco is not all about dance, as I once thought. It's about the music and the guitar and the singing, and then the dancers. The dancers are almost like the important thing, like I once originally thought. So I have to say, I gave this book a rating about another culture, maybe a little bit about flamenco, but a lot about Spain. So I recommend it for those who are interested in that. But if you're going to read it just to learn strictly about flamenco, you're going to be disappointed. But it's an overall enjoyable read. They're fully written. So I recommend Duende for those who are interested in a little adventure, and maybe a little romance. And it's about a real guy. So it's kind of cool, because it's not a novel. It reads like a novel, but it's not a novel, and which is why memoirs are my favorite genre. So, with that said, that's my review for Duende. I hope you guys will check it out, because it was definitely a very good read, and I will definitely be doing a review soon on Peony and Love.